Look at this picture right here. This picture says it all. This feud between these two gigantic monsters. I don't even know what to utilize here to emphasize the humanity involved in this feud. We were talking about Cody and Shinsuke being put in a prominent spot. How about Ivar, man? Ivar from the Viking Raiders, he has put on banger after banger for real. Whether it's been the number one contender matches for the Intercontinental title, which he's lost a lot, right? The tag team matches, the match with the Miz, they have just done an incredible job putting this guy on the map after his tag team partner got injured. Him and Bronson Reed had the encounter on Monday Night Raw, and it just wasn't enough. It spilled into NXT, and they have all these interconnecting stories that boil over from show to show, and it's almost like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You don't want to miss one of the movies, right? Because it leads into something else, and it turns into something else that you may not see coming, but you want to be aware of it. So you got to kind of keep going with the story in whatever universe they explore it on. So in this case, you got to see the highlights for NXT because you want to see what the hell happened between Ivar and Bronson Reed. And you guys could say, hey, I don't really care about that. That's not for the main title. That's not going anywhere. Look, you may be right on that note, but to see the heavyweight division, the real heavyweight, the ultra heavyweight, the big Otises of the world, for them to have the showcase and the time on TV again on a 3-hour show, we need these feuds to exist. We need the Miz to go up against LA Knight. We need the Miz to go up against Gunther, which is another topic that I'll get into shortly. But we need these things, guys, to keep the ball rolling, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to keep us coming back to watching these weekly shows. They need to give us stories beyond, the average title and the average main star. And that's how you create rising stars. I mean, do I see Ivar winning a championship in the near future? Maybe not. But, you need a formidable opponent to really elevate the other talent. So if Bronson Reed, for example, who's been in like every single, U.S. title, number one contendership, the Intercontinental number one, you got to have a formidable opponent. And Bronson Reed, there's very few people that look like they could beat him. Like when he was feuding with like Ricochet and stuff like that, I'm like, come on. Ricochet cannot move this guy. As great as Ricochet is, which I love his aerial assault, he's not that good on the mic. But as good as I like Ricochet and his moveset, he's just no match for Bronson, right? So having Bronson in this role, I'm just like, man, WWE, just come on, look at that picture for the millionth time. This is a lot of humanity here, a lot going on, and good job, Triple H, for making me care and kind of seeing another bright spot on Monday Night Raw. Because let's face it, VJ tells me, hey, Lex, are you doing a watch party? And I'm like, I love wrestling, but to sit here 3 hours and not really give a shit about anything else, and then see Nia Jax show up out of nowhere and not really do a whole lot, and then misusing this character and that character, they're doing it right. So I'm going to give this week, the way they've built up these stories, I got to give them props. That's where I'm at. Do you like Bronson Reed and Ivar? Have you given them a chance? Have you tuned in to their storyline a little bit? How do you feel about these two gigantic monsters going toe-to-toe? Who do you see as a future champion here? It doesn't matter which title. It could be the Intercontinental Tag title. It could be the main World Championship. I don't care. Gold is gold. Who do you see capturing gold in the near future? Who's going to be a champion sooner rather than later between these two, Bronson Reed or Ivar?